Tyrion is always under a blanket, even during the summer months. How do you explain that, right? You're hot, you go under a blanket, and then you turn on the air conditioning to cool you down. But guess what? She's not in this video, so please don't tell her. Welcome back to our channel, and thank you once again for joining us on this another day in the life of living on Autistic Edge. I am Lowenfield Elaine, proud dad of a son that's on the autism spectrum. On this channel, we share tips and tricks on how we navigate through our journey right here on Autistic Edge. All right, so today we're going to be looking at some comfort items for children on the spectrum and also for parents, because the parents need to be comforted as well. So I'm just going to share with you just a few of the things that we use for Alex Xavier and that we use even for ourselves as we navigate through this matter of autism. So I'm going to, with each item, I'll share with you the benefits of using those items, and I'll also be sharing with you an example of the items that we have here. You may check out the links in our description if you want to look at the items that we use and to make those purchases. So the first item that I'll share with you is a portable fan. So this is a fan that Alex Xavier uses. He uses it at school on most occasions, and if we go to church and so on, then he will take it with him. So the fan, I'll tell you about some of the features in a minute, but let me tell you about the benefits of using the fan. The first benefit is that it provides sensory regulation. Many of the children on the spectrum, they have sensory processing issues, and the fan provides consistent airflow and white noise, and that can provide a calming sensory input, and it helps to regulate their sensory experiences. It also can help to regulate or reduce anxiety and stress. So that's sensory regulation. The fan also helps to regulate body temperature. One of the things that we find with Alex Xavier is that he tends to be hot a lot of the times. And yes, we live in Jamaica and it's a tropical country and the climate is one that we have sunshine most of the time. But he tends to get a little bit hotter than the regular individual, than Tyrion or myself. So he always seems to have some kind of cooling apparatus running. So on any given day, if you check him in his room, he has the portable fan that he has running. He has a standing fan that he has running. He has the overhead fan that he has running. And he may also have the AC on that is running. That is how cool he wants to be. So that's the second thing. It helps to manage the body temperature. The last thing about the fan is its mobility. So this one is light and portable, and you can take this anywhere with you. It's not bulky, and it provides you with a good it has a good battery life, so it can last a decent amount of time. So for example, Alex Xavier will take this fan to school on a daily basis, and if he doesn't use the light feature that is on the fan, then it can last him for the entire duration of his time at school. All right, so this is the portable fan. I'm going to go through some of the features. So the first one is it has a light, and it has two settings. So it's a dimmer setting and a brighter setting, and it can be used as a night light. The other feature is it has 3 speeds. So you have low, medium, and high. It also has a timer where it can go for 15, 30 minutes or an hour. Then you have the battery indicators here, which will show how strong the battery life is. Lastly, it also has another feature of being a power bank. So if you have a device that you need to have charged, then you can use the fan as a power bank. Pretty cool, isn't it? All right, so that was the fan. So overall, the fan is a versatile tool that can help to manage sensory input or to manage the sensory needs of the child. It promotes calmness. It improves comfort for children on the autism spectrum. Try it and let me know your thoughts in the comments. The second thing is a solar power bank. Now, why solar? Again, we're in Jamaica and we live in a tropical country. So, and even now, we are still experiencing the after effects of beryl. There are still many places in our country that is still without electricity. So can you imagine if we were one such place here where we reside? Alex Xavier would go crazy. So in a situation like beryl where we had the storm and we needed to have devices powered, etc., a solar power bank can be used for that particular purpose. So let me go through some of the benefits and then I'll talk to you about some of the features. So the first thing is that the solar power bank provides emergency backup, because you never can tell when you need that additional charge for your devices, etc. So it provides that emergency backup. The other thing is it is pretty versatile. This one is very portable. As you can see, it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's just the size of probably a regular phone that is in a case. That is really how versatile it is. So it is versatile and it is portable. So it's lightweight and it carries several charging ports that can be used. And also it provides a great level of convenience because you can charge without having access to an electrical outlet. That is the beauty of having something like this. So as you can see here, you see these lights that are on here. It's not because I turned the device on, but the lights that I am using to do this recording are so powerful and potent that it is actually charging the device itself. This is how sensitive this device is and how good it is in terms of capturing power, storing it, and then converting it to be used for other things. So this one is a solar charging power bank. It has a USB A output. It has USB C output for those devices. So it has different outputs. You can see the USB outputs along here, and it also doubles as being a flashlight in the event of an emergency where you have no power. So that is the power bank. All right. The next one I want to show you is the security camera. Now this one is more so for the adult than the child. We have a security camera that we have in Alex Xavier's room for the reason that we want to make sure that he's okay and we can check on him if needed. Now, we don't only use this during the nighttime. We use it if he's actually spending time in the room, because there may be times where he may be putting himself in danger and we want to be sure that we are aware of what is taking place there. The other reason is that Alex Xavier spoke earlier in the video where Alex Xavier is running the fans and he's also running the air conditioning. But he also likes to get the cool air from the outside. So he will open the windows so that cool air comes in while the AC is running and while the fan is running. So at a minimum, we want to have him keep those windows closed, etc. He has a way sometimes too of, can I say, disrobing the bed, of removing all of the items from the bed to include the mattress covers and all of these things. So we want to make sure that we see what is taking place in the room and then we can take action accordingly. So the security camera, this one that we're using, has several features. This one has a 360-degree view, so it can rotate all the way around. It also has audio, so two-way audio, so you can speak to him or listen to what is taking place in the room. And it also has night vision, so when there is no light in the room, then you can see clearly what is taking place, although there is no light in the room. You can choose, because it does have the ability for you to add an SD card for recording, or you can record to the cloud. Now here's here's the best thing about this particular one. On a particular occasion, I remember Terrian needing to do something here at home. I was at work and she was here at home with Alex Xavier. Oh, I think it is that she wanted to get some rest, and she said, Lowen, I'm going to close my eyes for a few minutes. Can you just look on Alex Xavier for me? Remember, I'm at work and Alex is here with her in the house. So what I did is I pulled up the camera on my phone at work, and I could clearly see what was taking place in the room. She had the ability to go get her nap and stuff, and I watched Alex Xavier, although I was remote. So that's one of the benefits of having something like this, because it allows that remote access to what is taking place there. That's a security camera. All right. The next one I'm going to go to is, I want to speak about fidget toys. Fidget toys. The thing about children on the spectrum, they like to fidget. They like to have, they have this fixation a lot of times on different things. We would have spoken, and if you're following us, you would have noticed that Alex Xavier has a fixation to Ziploc bags. But sometimes he substitutes that with some of these fidget toys. Now, how do fidget toys help? Because fidget toys help for adults as well. A fidget toy helps with sensory stimulation. They help to regulate or facilitate sensory input, and this will help children with these sensory processing issues to manage either overstimulation or understimulation. It also helps with focus and concentration. It helps the children on the spectrum to focus during tasks, or to keep them calm, or to manage distractions. It also helps with improving motor skills. Motor skills is an area most times that children on the spectrum have a challenge with. This or these toys will help to build on those motor skills. And if you're having behavioral challenges with your child, then this also can help to ensure that they're playing appropriately with certain toys, and they tend to engage in repetitive behaviors. So you want to make sure that the behaviors that they're engaging in and the things that they're using during those periods are things that are not harmful to the child. So in this one, I don't have all of the items that I'll show you, because I'm not sure where Alex Xavier has placed them. But you see different things that are on here that Alex Xavier would be using. So this is an example. It has a little marble in this mesh this mesh thing. That's one. This one, there are some rings that can separate. It's magnetic, and they can play with it. That's another one. And then there's this other one that is almost like a game controller, but it helps in terms of the pressing and the depressing of buttons. So and also the rotation of a control, etc., the sliding of things. So it has multiple things on there, turning on and off. You can help to simulate a switch and that sort of thing. So these are examples of sensory toys or fidget toys that can be useful for those children. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the blanket. Now, Alex Xavier loves his blanket. He loves comfort. And guess what? I think it's because his mommy loves comfort as well, because Tyrion is always under a blanket. Even during the summer months, she's under a blanket and then the AC is on. Now, folks, you tell me in the comments, how do you explain that, right? You're hot, you go under a blanket, and then you turn on the air conditioning to cool you down. But guess what? She's not in this video, so please don't tell her. All right. So we're gonna talk about the blanket. The blanket does what does the blanket do? It offers comfort. That is number one. It also helps with sensory regulation because if you remember or if you don't know, autistic children on the spectrum, they tend to have super sensitivity for any one of their senses. So the touch sense is one where the blanket comes in because they want to have that comfort, they want to have that warmth, they want to have the feel of the fabric, etc. on their body. It also helps with sensory regulation. We talked about stimulation and overstimulation before. It helps to keep them calm and to manage that sensory input. So if the child is too cold, then the blanket will help to offer some warmth. But again, as I told you before, these children, their temperatures tend to vary and their adaptation to the environments and stuff may not be similar to others. So the blanket will help them to regulate whatever that temperature is that they want to have at particular points in time. Here's the other thing. Although this is an inanimate object in terms of the blanket, it also offers them some kind of emotional support. Now you'd say emotional support. Why emotional support? Because the child may have a favorite blanket, and whenever they're having any kind of challenges emotionally, then they'll probably tend to run to that blanket to offer them that kind of support. So that's the blanket. The last one I'll tell you about now, and I'm going to tell you about two. The last one comes in two parts. A cushion. So a cushion provides comfort. It also provides sensory regulation, as I spoke to, similar to a blanket. But it also helps with focus and attention. It can be a safe missile because sometimes autistic children will tend to throw things. So a cushion can be a safe missile for an autistic child to throw. And it also offers flexibility in learning environments because you can put your cushion in the spaces that the child may be exposed to. For example, in ABA sessions, etc., you can use the cushion and you can use the cushion as part of the seating for the child. You can also use certain kind of covers to the cushion depending on what it is that you want to have available or what you want to achieve at that particular point in time. So let me show what these cushions look like. So this first one has sequins on there. So as you can see, even as an adult, it's quite nice to play with these sequins, right? So Alex Xavier will use this to kind of calm himself, etc. And you'll take this sometimes on a journey. I remember this one is one that I picked up when we were holidaying in the US at the time, and I think we went to one of those stores and we were picking up some other items, and Alex Xavier picked this out as something that he wanted us to buy, and he has had it for quite some time. So this one does help with that sensory input that I mentioned. It provides that calm and comfort because of the sequins. Now, this other one that I'm going to be showing you is one that we use in our couches here at home. This one has faux leather on there. Why faux leather? Because it's something that you can easily wipe in the event that there is a spill or anything of that sort, or if he accidentally marks on it, etc., then it's something that you can wipe, right? And this again is great because the texture of this is a little bit different from the one with the sequins, and it depends on what his needs are at the time. This one can be a better option for him. So I would have covered just a few of the things that we use for comfort, both for the parents and for the children on the autism spectrum. I'd love to hear from you your thoughts on these things. Do you think these are things that you could try? Have you tried any of these? Do you have others that you use for your child that is on the spectrum that you could even recommend to us? Tell us in the comments. And with that being said, thank you once again for joining us on this another day in the life of living on Autistic Edge. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that when we put out another content, you will be notified.